Welcome to Sairam Tripoli YouTube channel. Let us discuss horizontal arrangement of square gap, module 3, measurement of high voltage and current. In that we have a square gap, so to measuring of high voltage and current. Here there is a sphere gap present. It depends upon the diameter of the sphere and distance between the two sphere and the placing of the sphere and the supply we are giving, whatever that also depends. And this is a high voltage given by the circuit here, and after that there is a sphere gap is present. So what exactly is happening? If you set the voltage as 20 kilovolts or 30 kilovolts, so if you slowly increase the voltage, what happens? The spark will appear here to here. So that we are having this one. Already we discussed in the previous class. Okay, so vertical arrangement sphere gap we will discuss now. So this is a vertical arrangement sphere gap. So similarity will be there, but this is heavier and then faster. So what happens if you give power supply and the instrument which is used two sphere over here, and there is a sphere gap diameter is present d, and s is the distance between those two sphere, and b is the radius of the sphere free from the external structure, and a is the height of this sparking point p above the ground plane. One is the insulating support, two is the high voltage connection with a series resistor A. So the vertical arrangement of the sphere gap is this one, right? So first one is the insulating support, and second one is the sphere shank. Third one is the operating gear and motor for changing the gap distance. Fourth one is the HV connection. P is the sparking point, D is the diameter of the sphere, S is the spacing, A is the height of the P above the earth, B is the radius of this clearance from the external structure, X is the height of the high voltage lead should not pass through this plane within the distance B from the P. So vertical arrangement of sphere gap. Sphere gap for the voltage measurements. This is overall connection and overall model for the measurement of high voltage and high current. See, whatever the measuring of high voltage and high current, so it depends upon the sphere gap diameter and distance between these two sphere, and operating voltage, and also height of the placing of that particular model and everything. And this is a simple diagram which I have taken from the laboratory of CPRIs. So if you visit once Central Power Research Institute, definitely you'll get to know how the sparking will occur, how the sphere gap they'll adjust, and then how the measurement will they used to do by using high voltage power supply, and then how the spark will appear, how the flashover will take how long it will take. That and all we are going to see in the CPRA. Is the I think we're in the 5th semester. 4th semester we went there. Third semester we went there for the industrial visit. There we have seen, right, how the sparking will occur and how the sphere gap arrangement will be operating. So when the electric field across the gap exceeds the static breakdown, strength of the gap result complete breakdown of gaseous gap. Spheres having equal diameter and is made up of copper and aluminum. The distance between the two spheres are less than the diameter of the spheres, right? Sphere gaps can be arranged either vertical with the lower sphere grounded, and horizontally with both spheres connected to the source voltage, and one sphere is grounded. The spheres are carefully designed for the fabricated to that their surface are smooth and the curvature is uniform. Spacing S between them gives the measure of spark over the voltage. A series resistance usually connected between the source and the spare gap to limit the breakdown current. And see, everybody knows, right? Series resistance, whatever we are connecting with the circuit, series with the circuit, to limiting the breakdown current and to limit the current, to suppress the unwanted oscillation in the source voltage when breakdown occurs in case of impulse voltages. The value of the series resistance may vary from 100 to 1000 kilo ohms for AC or AC voltages, and not more than 500 ohms in case of impulse voltages. See, to suppressing, to reducing the unwanted oscillations, the source voltage when a breakdown occurs, right? And also the series resistance may vary from 100 to 1000 kilo ohms for AC voltage, and not more than 400 ohms. Factor affecting the measurement: nearby earthed object changes the breakdown strength, atmospheric condition and humidity. Breakdown voltage spark gap depends upon density also. So even though it depends upon humidity, atmospheric conditions, and spark gap distance also. Radiation also, and polarity and rise time, voltage waveform. Breakdown voltage for positive, negative polarity impulse are different. Influence of dust particles, presence in dust particles case of erratic breakdown. So potential dividers, the potential or voltage dividers are useful high voltage DC and AC measurements. Potential dividers are usually either resistive or capacitive mixed element type. The low voltage arm of the divider is usually connected fast recording oscillations, oscillograph, right? So peak reading instruments to the delay cable or coaxial cables also present. This is a schematic diagram of a potential divider with a delay cable and oscilloscope. So as you can see the diagram over here, there is a high voltage. Once again, so there is a high voltage. That one is the impedance of the input impedance, like it's having a resistance and reactance will be there. It's a potential divider. Already told you the voltage will be dividing by using cable, oscilloscope, or whatever. This is a CRO, so which is gives the output voltage, output waveform, and this is V2. This is a secondary side, I mean like rounding voltage. So the divider, this is the total voltage. So dividing these two voltage, it gives then the CRO indication. So what happens? Output you will get it, right? So Z1 is usually resistor in series with the resistor in case of resistance potential divider. And Z1 is usually single number of capacitors in case of capacitance divider. And Z1 can be able to use the combination of resistance capacitance in case of mixed RC potential divider. Z2 will be the resistors, capacitors, RC impedance depending upon the type of the divider. So Z1, Z2, whatever we are mentioning, that is RC circuit. I mean like resistance will be there, capacitance will be there. So that may cause indication. Resistance potential divider, a simple resistance potential divider consisting of two resistances R1 and R2 series with them. R1 is greater than equal to R2, and voltage ratio attenuation factor is given by the equation is like this. Attenuation factor V1T divided by V2T, so that is 1 plus R1 by R2 is the equation which is used for the calculation point of view. Just to see the diagram over here, see there is a R1 and R2 is present in the Z1 and Z2, and even though so Z1 is what? Z1 is R1 plus JXC1 minus, okay, minus JXC1. Z2 is equal to R2 minus JXC2 or whatever. So this is a delay cable, okay. This is delay cable. So it is connected. No, see the coaxial delay cable. The center is connected. I mean, center point is connected to one point of CRO, another point is of the CRO. So it gives you the output.